I'm going to continue the series. I took a little bit of a break just because I've been really dealing with a lot. I've been making some decisions that I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I trust in God and I'm going to put my faith behind Him. And even though I know I'm not the best person, and even though I know that I have a lot that I need to work on and fix, I'm going to truly put my faith in Him. Now, today's story time is going to be about similar to the high school experience that I discussed in one of my previous stories times, but I'm going to do it the breakdown by my freshman year, at least what I can remember of my freshman year. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because I got a couple requests on my TikTok account where I saw some people saying they wanted to hear like a breakdown. They follow both accounts and they wanted a breakdown basically of what it was like for me throughout the years. So I'm going to do that. For my freshman year in high school, what it was like for me was very different than what I kind of expected. Now, I was in middle school and I was young. I wasn't always the best focused, on probably all the right things. And from a young age, I tried to work out and I didn't always do it the right way. If I'm being honest, I probably did something that I know I probably shouldn't have. And I know now I'm kind of paying for them. Just kind of trying to work out, thinking I knew what I was doing, watching videos, and then thinking, okay, it should be pretty easy. I wasn't focused on form. I wasn't focused on a lot of things, and I probably should have been. But when you're young, sometimes you just think, okay, cool, like, push-ups, sit-ups, right? Sometimes I do things that now I'm like, what was I thinking? But back then I thought it was a good idea. Some examples are, I used to literally do, Sphinx push-ups on carpet, and the friction alone gave me horrible rug burn. Just so many different things, that I now look back and go, okay, I probably should use my brain on these, but hey, you live and you learn. Now, apart from my workout mishaps my freshman year, it was a little bit challenging because I ended up moving quite a few times. A lot of things happened that caused me to move, and I transferred schools a little bit as well. And just kind of that process in itself, like when you're going into high school and it's your freshman year, it's kind of hard enough. And then just when you think, okay, like, I'm going to be at this school, like I have 4 years here, then, you kind of got to move, and that's okay. Things happen. If you guys have watched my previous videos, I have discussed my mom has done everything for me and I love her. My mom literally was struggling a lot because she used to pay the majority of it till I started working when I was in high school after my freshman year. But for the majority of the time prior to that, it was just her trying to figure it out, and I would do any little thing I could, try to make money, reselling stuff and doing things like that, from a younger age, even in middle school. But in high school, when I finally was able to work and be able to help her out with bills, we were able to settle down after we moved a couple more times. However, it was definitely challenging. Just, I would think, okay, this is going to be my high school. And then I moved to a different high school, and everybody that I knew at the other high school, I didn't have a phone at the time just because I didn't have the means to afford one. And that's okay. I grew up, not having a lot of things. Like, I'm so grateful I even have my phone. And I realized I definitely could afford to be a lot more grateful for everything that I have. But it was just, I had no way to keep in contact, didn't really make too many friends, didn't have a computer or laptop, transferred schools around a couple times. The final time that I transferred, that was who I ended up graduating from. And it was just different. Like, I didn't really make a lot of friends. I didn't really meet a lot of people. I kind of kept to myself freshman year just because it was so much change and I was trying to figure out where I was going, trying to get settled in. I'm mainly focused on trying to get in shape, and trying to figure out what to do. And in the final school, I did get picked on a little bit in the beginning. It took about, I want to say after a year, during the summer, I was just working out and working nonstop and eating as much as I could. I think that's when I packed on quite a bit of size. And when I came back sophomore year, which is what I'll talk about in the next video, things were very different. But freshman year for me was pretty hard, not just with the moving, not just with being picked on, but just a lot of things that I had to learn and teach myself. I wasn't the most attractive. I'm still not exactly like a stunning, good looking person, but it was just really hard because I learned that, especially when you're moving around, kids can be very cruel. And if you're in high school, if it's your freshman year, whatever year you're in, I pray that you understand things can get a lot better. High school, I know this kind of sounds cliche. High school is not the end all be all, but when you're in it, I know how it can feel like it truly revolves around you, and you want to do all these things, whether it's going out to parties, whether it's hanging out with friends, just different things. And you learn later on in life, like some of that stuff, most of that stuff doesn't really matter. It's the time you spend with your family, the time that you get that you may never be able to get again. That to me is what matters the most. Now, that's a little bit about my freshman year, and I will talk a lot more about sophomore year in my next video, just because sophomore year and on were some of my hardest years. Freshman year, because I moved around so much, wasn't really as hard because I didn't really get the chance to be really hard, but summer was a little bit easier with just working and working out. And I'll kind of discuss in my next video, sophomore through my senior year, and why those were the most challenging for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like, follow, and comment down below if you have any similar experiences with your high school experience your freshman year. I hope you really don't. I hope you were able to settle into school, and things were good for you at least your freshman year or any of the years. And if you're struggling, just know I will have you in my prayers. I hope this video finds the right people, and I'll talk to you more all later on. Have a great day.